Hello and welcome to Sarpy Outlook, a grassroots program dedicated to promoting democratic ideals from an issues-based perspective. This year we're focusing on candidates who embody these ideals by running for public office. My name is Randy Prier. My guest on this program is Kelly Sell, a member of the Vista City Council representing Ward 4. He is seeking re-election to that post this fall, and we're very glad to have you on Sarpy Outlook, Kelly.
Randy, thank you for inviting me, and it's a great honor to be here, and I appreciate this time to share with you and the voters.
Well, I've asked Councilman Sell here so that our viewers can get to know him a little better, as well as to learn a little bit about city government in Nebraska and Sarpy County's newest community. Let me begin, Kelly, by noting that you've held positions in La Vista city government on and off since the mid-1980s. So I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about your personal background and how you came to hold your current position.
Absolutely. I would be glad to. Thank you, Randy. So, I've lived in La Vista since 1980. I've been a resident of the state of Nebraska my entire life. I was born in Scottsbluff County Hospital back in 1965, so I've lived from one end of the state to the other.
So we can do the math.
Absolutely. You can figure out how I'm not so young anymore, that's for sure. But in 1985, I was appointed to the Planning Commission of the City of La Vista, which deals with zoning codes and so forth, and then from there was on the Board of Adjustments. And in 1989, seat in Ward 1 came available, special election, and I ran for that and was voted in. And then I ran for a full term in 1990, which I served through 1994 for Ward 1. In 1994, our daughter, Rebecca, was born, so I decided I'd better spend a little more time being a father as opposed to a public official. So I took a hiatus from public service then. When Mayor Kindig became the mayor in 2005, I was appointed to fill his seat, unfulfilled, and ran again in 2006 and 2010 for City Council for Ward 4, and here we are today for this third term.
What about your professional background that got you the position where you were noticed by people who could make appointments and that sort of thing?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've always been in sales and service background, so in fact I work for a solid waste equipment company, 7630 L Street in Omaha right now. I sell refuse and recycling equipment. And sales is much like politics, obviously.
Oh, sure, sure.
People-to-people business. So
that's where you kind of got your feel for working with people, and obviously your speaking skills. Communication is so important in politics as well as selling.
It is, and especially in profession I'm in, providing a service and providing really is meeting people's needs in the most efficient way possible, and that really dovetails with kind of my philosophy of City Council is providing the most efficient services for the taxpayers at the lowest tax rate.
Certainly. Well, now, if I'm not mistaken, Kelly, the city council seats in La Vista are run on a nonpartisan base, and though you do have an opponent this fall, we all expect that you're going to win re-election by a wide margin in the campaign. So when you do win re-election this fall, it will be your third consecutive full term in the Ward 4 seat. So I'd like to know what keeps you coming back, and why do you think you've been so successful with La Vista voters?
Well, I think I've been successful with the La Vista voters simply because, they know what they're getting. I don't make any bones about it. I've always offered an honest opinion, and I've always tried to do my best to make a decision for the taxpayers and for the citizens as a whole for the city. And I think that's helped carry me through on some elections, obviously. So, and I appreciate your enthusiasm too for for that. But obviously, as you mentioned, I do have an opponent this time around, so I will be participating in the full depth of democracy by actually having an opponent to face, and we'll let the voters decide. I am pretty confident. Like I said, I can stand on my record. I've just had a deep commitment most of my life. My parents have always infused that into me that we need to give back to our community. So, and this is one of those ways.
Well, of course, at city government, that's where government comes closest to the people. And as we've seen in other communities around us, sometimes things can get pretty dicey at that area. But obviously, you've been able to to successfully negotiate through many of the waves that come your way.
Thank you, absolutely, and really are proud of La Vista and the people in the city government. We've always been willing to work together, put away our differences, and come out as a united front for the best of the city of La Vista. And that's really been the history of La Vista, and I think that's one of the things that we try to strive for to maintain.
Great. Well, now I know that one of the major issues facing La Vista is redevelopment of the 84th Street corridor. In fact, in the primary election this spring, the voters approved an increase in the city sales tax, largely to deal with the costs of that development. Can you update us on how plans for the redevelopment are going and what you foresee coming down the line?
Absolutely, thank you. Yes, yes, we were pleased that the tax initiative did pass in this May. It will take effect in October. That allows us to do a couple things. One, to let developers know that we are very serious about not letting that 84th Street corridor continue to decay. And two, if we had to, we could buy that property and develop it ourselves, but we're not in the development business, we're the government business. So really what we're looking at doing is being a partner to a developer and provide the infrastructure as needed and any other amenities that might be needed to help push that along. Much like, now it wasn't a redevelopment situation, but with our Hammonds project out at the Embassy Suites, you know, we purchased and maintained the parking area, and Mr. Hammonds built and maintains the Embassy Suites. So
great,
that's, and the Canfields as well. So yeah.
And some people may not realize that La Vista, in fact, does go all the way from 72nd all the way out to the interstate and beyond a little.
Absolutely, we're a mile wide and about 4 miles long, it seems like. So.
Right. Well, as someone who lives in Papillion, just south of where you are there in La Vista, I'm quite interested in those developments as well.
Absolutely.
I'd like to ask you, though, what other challenges and opportunities you feel are facing the city, and how do you hope to deal with them?
Well, for instance, last year, with the sales tax rebate program from the governor's office, you know, we got a letter saying, by the way, you owe the state $2.5 million in sales tax. So that was not an easy budgeting item. Now, we're still able to provide services and not raise taxes to help offset that. This year it's not as severe, but we are very much, we want to make sure people understand, especially with our redevelopment of 84th Street program, that we are all about incentives but not giveaways. And that giveaways just bankrupt cities or states, as in, you know, state of Kansas is going through those problems right now. So you really need to make sure that incentive is an incentive and not a detriment to the citizens as a whole. So that's one of the issues we're facing. Obviously, coming up on the horizon, the City of Omaha, the sewer fund and the sewer infrastructure, that affects us, you in Papillion and us in La Vista as well, as we're all part of the same community. So that'll be coming down the road as well. Some of the other issues, you know, just basically, again, trying to meet the needs of the citizens and keeping those costs low and trying not to increase tax costs to them.
All right. Well, in summing up, you obviously are very experienced, having been a councilman for a number of years, so voters know what you are. You're a known quantity. So perhaps there are some other things that you would like to say to the voters of La Vista and the general population in Sarpy County, is that why you should continue to be on the city council, or any other comments you want to address to the viewers.
All right. Thank you, Randy. Well, again, thank you for this time and this opportunity to address you and the voters of La Vista particularly. In general, I think my past experience has warranted at least a consideration for your vote. I always pledge that whatever I do and whatever decision I make it for the good of the whole of La Vista, and I will continue to do so, and I would appreciate your vote this November.
Okay. Well, we want to thank you very much, Kelly, for being on the program today. We wish you success as you continue work on the City Council and the campaign this fall. Again, my guest has been Councilman Kelly Sell, representing Ward 4 on the La Vista City Council and running for re-election. Thanks for watching. I'm Randy Prier.